We had a suggestion for a Wednesday Wisdom video, which was landscaping for security. So what do we mean by that? It's how you have your gardens kind of set up to make them optimal for security and anti-burglary. So most people who live in a house have got a front door and a back door. Maybe they've got a front garden and a back garden. That's kind of fairly average. And I know some terraced houses go straight onto the street. They don't have a front garden. That's fine. We're dealing with the ones that do, and the ones that do have a back garden. So the requirements for each are very different, really, in my opinion. For the front garden and the front door area, you want to have that as open as possible. If you have a big hedge across your front garden that hides your front door, it helps keep a burglar out of sight, so they can work on your door locks with less chance of being disturbed and challenged. Another thing to point out here is that if you've got a porch door and then an inner front door, you want to make sure that that porch door rather, has got really good security on it. Think about it. If you walk past a house, you might see someone inside the porch. You're probably not going to take a second look at that. You're certainly not going to notice if they're trying to break in using tools, screwdrivers, crowbars, that kind of thing. If you walk past someone who's stood at the porch door, and it's far more obvious that they're using tools to try and get in. So the lesson here is make sure that your porch door, the first line of defence, is a really good one. Don't let them get in and rely on the security of the inner front door, because it's far less suspicious for someone to be working inside the porch. So let's move on to the back garden. Slightly different here, very different here, in fact. What would be really good here, as most people have got a wall or a fence. If your wall is over 2.1 metres high, and so long as you display warning signs, you can fit anti-climb devices on there, spikes and things like that. The other thing that's really good for keeping burglars out of a back garden is a really prickly rose bush, or prickly hedge, something like that, that's really big and thick. Most burglars won't want to get in through that. Why is that important? Well, similar to what I was just saying about the porch, if someone's in your garden working, or trying to break into a door, it's a lot less suspicious than if they're working at the front door. Because they're on your property, people's psychological thoughts are they must assume that that person's there with your consent and your knowledge, which they might not be. It's quite rare for people to overlook someone trying to break in through a back door and call the police. So your best bet there is to stop them getting into the garden in the first place. So nice big solid fence, decent locks, and a decent quality gate if you've got a back gate in your back garden, and a prickly hedge to stop them getting through in the first place. That's best for a back garden.